Hi, Forex Fortune Hunters. Tom Wilmot back again. Over the last 2 years, we've created and shared with you almost a dozen templates that we use in MetaTrader to track our Forex trading and to trade with the trend. I know that many of you in this tumultuous time with the coronavirus are wondering how you can use the Forex to add a little cash to your bank account, to try to stay ahead of the sheriff here in these difficult times. So what I've been doing over the last week is cleaning up all those templates, trying my best to pull together the indicator levels and inputs and put them in one document where you could see all of them side by side. That way you can pick the one that meets your requirements, that is most appropriate for your trading style, the one that you feel most comfortable with. And in this video, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you 6 of them, compare them, and show how today on the Euro JPY, each one of them was good for more than 150 pips just from the 7 o'clock start in the US until the first half hour of trading on New York with the stock exchange. So hold on to your hat. We'll get started right after this. Okay, now obviously in 10 minutes I can't tell you all the settings and all the background information on these templates. I can give you some highlights about which indicators we've used, and I'm happy to do that. And this is not a pitch. All of these indicators and templates are available to you for free if you follow the link in the description below this video. We're happy to have you ready and willing to help you download those indicators from our Dropbox file. So this is just going to be a summary to give you some confidence while you're trading that these things really work. I really hope that you'll take advantage of this work and make it your own. So here we go. We're going to start with one of the indicators that's and templates that's given us a number of views over the years, probably 1,000 or 2,000 views, and it's called the Trend Magic indicator, and I moved it into what's called double whammy. In this chart, you see double whammy basic. I've had some bells and whistles, but let's not get into that right now. What we see here is the chandelier. Obviously, once it's penetrated, it turns to support down in this area. Here's our Trend Magic, and we chomped around here in a bit of chaos until the 7 o'clock open. Here is the London open, this line right here. I'm recording this on the 23rd of March, so you can compare notes with me if you'd like. 23rd of March, 2020. And bottom line is I use 3 a.m. Boston, New York as the London open. I have long said that there's a 7 o'clock witching hour here in the U.S. before the 9:30 open of the market. And this is when things get hot. So it's a little early for you if you're on the West Coast. I know on the East Coast you have to get your cup of coffee going by 7 or 7:15 so as to take advantage of it. It's a little easier if you're in Europe or in Australia, I think, to pin this time down. I'm using Forex.com. My server is about 4 hours ahead of my local time. Okay, so notice what's happened here. We had the open, we chopped around, we changed into a white flat line. That's always a good sign with the Trend Magic, pulling back into this area, and then we were off to the races. We got another pullback here, about 8:30, 9 o'clock time frame, until we had yet another stunning move higher. And as I pointed out to you, this particular thing was good for 161 pips. Don't pay much attention to this right now. This is the bid, the current bid here, and you'll notice that it's at this level right now. So that's what this indicator is reflecting. And I won't mention it again, but here are session times indicator lines that you can easily download from our website. Okay, I'll take a deep breath, and we'll be right back with the next template. Okay, some of you may have also seen our videos on a template we call 3 events. And those 3 events are very simply stated. We get a big move to the upside here. We take out the chandelier. That's event number 1. Then we get a crossover of our 12 and 24. That occurs here. The yellow star indicates that the chandelier's been taken out and now changed to this level here. And the third event is a crossover of the 12 EMA and our longer term moving average. I think I have a 47 in this area, maybe a 50 if you want to add that to your own charts. So in any event, what you do, this sets up the buy zone. There's nothing more simple than that. Here's your buy zone. Anything on this side of the line is a potential buy zone, but we don't get in right away. We wait for that first pullback. Maybe you even wait for the 7 o'clock hour to see what happens. Notice that our RSI 45.55 with the bands is now turned positive. So once again in this area, you've got this nice move to the north. And in this case, we've got still our 160 pips. I'm going to use the Euro JPY 5-minute for all of these. You can test this on the other pairs, but this one just was a stunning result this morning. That's why I wanted to share it with you. Okay, we'll come back with number 3. Hang on. Okay, back again. Now, many of you who have been kind enough to buy our book on Amazon Kindle for the magnificent price of $3.99 US will recognize that this is the Zeelander signal line. It came from our book, The Amazing Zeelander Flytrap Forex Trading Strategy. We published it back in 2015. And if anybody has any interest in knowing whether this still works or not, our Method 2 is still cranking for us. So congratulations to Method 2 users. Anyway, what happens is that as opposed to just waiting until the medallion appears, which indicates a 12 and 24 changeover, a crossover, we draw a line at that point right here. And that is the signal line. And once we get a continuation of the moving averages above the signal line, that's indicated by this particular arrow. Let me make it a little bigger for you. Hang on a second. Here's the arrow right here. You can see also occurring at the 7 o'clock hour, a nice move to the north. Now we're also clear of that longer term moving average. But in any event, here was the up move. We wait for a bit of a pullback. This very neatly pulled back right to the line so that you were able to get in this area without any difficulty at all. We had some little bit of heat right here on these, but no closes even close to the 24 EMA, so we were off to the races with this template as well. Here was the continuation past the 9 o'clock hour, the 9:30 hour, sorry, New York Stock Exchange Open. Okay, now what I'd like to share with you is why did I call this Thailand? Well, my expat friend Gary in Thailand is the one who programmed the Zeelander Flytrap signal line for me. I'm grateful for that and for his help over the years. So that's why Thailand is the Method 2 name for our template right here. Okay, in this dozen template file that I've created in a new report for you, the situation is that I've taken some of the old templates and done some modifications on them. This one I'm calling, instead of double whammy, I'm calling it double dipping. And the reason for that is I've put together a different set of drop-down support indicators here. We still, of course, have the RSI 14 with the 45-55 bands. We've been using that for ages. Notice even here today at the as we move into the lunch hour in New York, this is the pullback and it held, so we had a little bit of an updrift here as we head into the afternoon session. In any event, if we move back here, the medallions are the same indicator, our Wilmot Cross indicator that we've had since 2010, I think. Royce Pipkin programmed that for me way back when I was still a young guy. Anyway, that indicates in this particular template that the 30 EMA, the yellow line here, has crossed the 50 EMA. And so notice here again, we have a nice confirmation to the north. We have a big surge here. We have a pullback, but it doesn't really touch anything. It comes back a little bit to the yellow, then it comes back and tests the yellow again as we move into the session, then we get a blast off. So you can take the trade anywhere in this area, or you could even wait until you get this nice trend magic horizontal, at which point you're going to wait until you get a pullback here, get close to that so you can put your stop loss in a convenient location. And even here we have an 86 pip move in less than an hour. That's a 5-minute chart, once again, of the Euro and JPY. Okay, here's one more idea for you before we close. For this particular video, I've come up with a different way to support the trend magic indicator that you see here on the chart. I've added, of course, the Thailand indicator, the Zeelander signal line right here. Obviously, as part of it, here's your thing, your trend magic, sorry. But bottom line is, if you come up to insert a new set of indicators, and you come down here to trend, and even to custom, most of the brokers will offer you GIMA long and GIMA short. This is basically my 12 to 24 EMA, but I've modified it slightly. This indicator here, GIMA long, is the one that you see in purple on this particular chart, and it goes up to 50 or 60 EMA, and it provides just a separate kind of a cushion for you so that you don't have to add all the lines yourself, and it's perfectly reasonable to do that. Now notice here that what I've done is I've changed our medallion again so that it's the longer term moving averages, say the 20 and the 60 that are crossing over here. Notice that once again we have the Zeelander signal line helping us with our arrow upwards. We have a pullback into those bands, a pullback into the bands, and then boy, we're launched up into space. So this also could have been called blast off. So this has been an example of another of the indicators we've created over the last couple of years, as I mentioned, in our channel Vineyard FX, and we'll wrap it up in just a second. Okay, fortune hunters, we've gone on past the 10-minute mark, so let me wrap it up now. I'd just like to remind you that if you have interest in the video, please do us a favor and leave us a comment or give us a high five and like the video. Subscribe to the channel so that you can get an alert when a new video is posted. Happy to do that. And in addition, please do check that description at the bottom of this video so that you can launch yourself over to fxfortunehunter.com and perhaps sign up. I don't send out very many emails, but I am going to try to keep people posted on the new file and report that I'm creating that gives you all the specifics of this, and has over 20, maybe 25 illustrations that you'd be able to see. I think we're going to post that also on Kindle as a second effort, but I will have a PDF available for it within the next week or so. So if this has been helpful to you, we're grateful for your watching, and we really would appreciate your comments, as I mentioned. Don't hesitate to ask for those free indicators, and if in the landing page, after you click on that link for free indicators, you just leave me a note about whether you're interested in having that file sent to you later on, I'd appreciate it, and I'll certainly add you to our email list. We don't spam. We're here to try to help, and I hope it will. So now, guys, let's get some pips. Stay safe, trade safe, and have a great day.